One thing is very, very clear to me. When I have women come to me that are overweight, that are struggling with their body, that are struggling with their food, the answer is never eating the food and giving into the cravings. That doesn't actually make them feel good about themselves. Often it makes them feel worse about themselves because they know it isn't good for them. So when we see this mass media and Instagrammers telling us that it's okay and that it's good for you to eat the donut, it's very confusing because our logical mind knows that if it's in a packet, it's probably not as good for us than if it was homemade or literally coming out of the soil. So for a lot of people, this new body positivity, it's creating this push and pull in their brain and this dichotomy of like, what am I meant to be doing? And it creates confusion. The confusion then creates more stress. It creates more overwhelm. And then you tap deeper into your trauma responses because you already have a pile of trauma there already. And what do you do to try and quote unquote fix the issue and fix the overwhelm that you're feeling? You eat the food because you're seeking comfort. And so you now go on a binge because the feeling of comfort lies in your stomach. And now you've eaten a whole pile of food to make yourself feel more comfortable. But 10 minutes later, you're shaming the shit out of yourself and you hate yourself. So when people are coming to me, the root issue is always something to do with a trauma response. Their symptom, the way that their trauma response is manifesting is in their relationship with food and in the illusion that they're telling themselves. And the illusion is being supported by what we're seeing on Instagram. So just to paint the picture, you've got somebody with a whole pile of trauma, let's say from their mum. Their mum, was constantly berating themselves about their own body. And then they would put that onto their daughter. And their daughter grew up in this culture of, I need to be dieting all the time, la, 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 la. So then they're trying to get healthy, kind of from this fucked up place because they're trying to lose weight or whatever it is. They see on social media that, oh, it's okay for you to eat the donut. It's healthy. It's self-love. And they're like, oh, okay, if it's self-love, then okay, I'll eat the donut because I'm trying to go on this journey of loving myself. Then they continue to be more inflamed, more sick, more overweight. They have more brain fog. Now they have PCOS. They got a whole host of hormonal issues. Oh, now you have Crohn's, whatever else it is. And the problem is that when you're on this kind of train of then eating the junk food, but you're doing it because you think it's maybe the right thing to do because it's self-love or because it's fucking balance, the issue is really now out of your control when the inflammation kicks in. When now you've fucked your gut lining, the messages are now disrupted and you're becoming moody and you've got this brain fog and you're thinking negatively about yourself. I'm hoping that you're getting the picture that I'm painting, right? Where when you're eating this bad food, the flow-on effect isn't just you gain a bit of weight. The flow-on effect is about your mood, your libido, your hormones, which then all affect your weight even more. So now you feel even worse about yourself. And this is why, when you create a really healthy relationship with food and when your body is in the place of it feels safe, and when your body doesn't have inflammation in it, when your body is operating at its optimal level, you can eat some gelato, you can have some pizza, and it won't throw everything out because either one, if you ate some shitty pizza, you're not going to feel too good the next day. So then you're going to already be wanting to eat healthy again to make yourself feel good. Or number two, if it's something like more sugar than you're used to. So for example, when I go to Italy, it's more sugar than I'm used to. No, I will not do that for a long period of time. No, I don't always feel fantastic if I eat a pile of sugar by any means, but because my body is in a healthy place, it can deal with it more. My liver can actually detox it a little bit more, right? My gut has the kind of integrity where does it love it? No, but it's going to be able to deal with it. And I have the tools and the supplements and the resources to then kind of counteract that enjoyable experience that I had. And I mean, I could go on this forever because I don't want anyone listening being like, this is not a healthy relationship with food because you're saying that I have to be healthy all the time. This is why it's important because if you're thinking that, this is exactly my point. Having a good relationship with food and eating healthy gets to be something where it's not even a decision. It's not even I should. It's not even I have to. It's I want to. It's the only option for me. I don't ever think about eating healthy. I don't ever think about what I'm eating. I don't ever think about, oh, I have to eat these many vegetables each day. It's just my way of living. And when I'm traveling, I won't necessarily eat as many vegetables. When I'm in Europe, I am going to eat a lot more pasta and bread and sugar and carbs, but I still don't think about it because I'm in Europe and that's what I want to eat. So I'm going to eat it. But of course, if I've had a lot of pasta for a couple of days in a row, my body will naturally then want a hearty salad or fish and veggies. And it becomes something where your body guides you rather than your mind guiding you, whether it's from an obsessive place that your mind is guiding you, or whether it's from a restrictive place. I mean, they're both kind of the same, or whether it's from, oh, I should eat this or I can eat this because of self love. If you want to eat the gelato, do it because you want to eat the gelato, not because, oh, this is self love. Does that make sense? I'm hoping this makes sense, everybody. You have to want to actually do it from this conscious place. And why this is an important distinction is because a lot of people, when they're eating sugary foods or when they're eating junk food, they don't even do it from this really conscious, I'm going to enjoy this, I'm excited for this kind of whole body pleasure experience. They do it from this place where they give themselves an excuse of why they can eat it. They basically tell themselves why it's okay. And in you having to tell yourself why it's okay, that is what tells me what unconsciously you actually don't think it's okay. Versus if there's no thought process about it, that's actually what you want. You don't want a fucking thought process about the food. It's just what you're naturally doing and what you're naturally inclined to move towards because it's the natural way that your body operates now. Okay. So let's get into the topic of weight loss. Like I said for this episode, we need to look at the whole body. So when you're wanting to improve your health or lose weight or get fit or heal your skin, whatever it is, you need to look at all parts. Well, that's my professional opinion anyway. The biggest thing that's helped my clients to get their health back on track is working on everything at once. They come to me, we do the health, we do the trauma, we do the healing, we do the mindset, we do the hormones, everything, because it's all related. And like I shared with you guys before, the flow on effect from each of them is very, very real. It's a lie to be told that everything is independent of one another. It's not. It is very much dependent. Health and illness are the very physical expressions of your life. It's literally your past showing as the physical. So there's a few main areas that I thought I would break down for you guys that you want to look at when it comes to improving your health, whatever your health goals are. The first one is energetic. So this kind of relates to the stress and nervous system one that I'll mention in a little bit. Please remember that people pleasers are those that hold the responsibility of others on them. They're so worried about how others are feeling about them. They're so worried about judgment. They're so worried about rejection. That is a lot to hold. It's a lot of fear to hold. It's a lot of stress to hold in your body. Many people, they'll come to me and they will literally feel like they are holding years, if not decades of shit in their bodies. Maybe they don't even know they're feeling that, but then once we get into it, they'll recognize they'll feel it. Or from their intake form that I get, I'm like, well, this is an obvious reason of why you're struggling with X, Y, and Z. There is so much in safety, in security, in pressure, in fear of letting go, in control, comparison, anger, rage, feeling like they're not good enough. And all of those things, there is so much that you hold onto in your physical body and it adds up. In a study of men that had prostate cancer, they actually found that the suppression of anger was associated with a reduced effect from natural killer cells. Natural killer cells are an important immune system defense that basically just play out in your body. So you want natural killer cells. In previous research, the natural killer cell activity was reduced in healthy young people also in response to minor stresses. Especially, key thing, especially for those that are emotionally isolated. So essentially what this is saying, to make this in one sentence, is that research has shown that when you suppress anger and when you have a lot of stress in your body has less of a ability to fight off disease because your immune system weakens, especially if you're emotionally isolated. When somebody is emotionally isolated, it's actually considered a significant source of chronic stress. Which is interesting, right? Because you might not even think that. You may not even be aware. But the reality is that you're not aware because you're on your phone all the time, scrolling Instagram, texting your friends, DMing people, like going on dating apps. And it's these constant hits of dopamine that keeps you going so that you can be completely oblivious to the fact that you have this chronic stress in you. So if you're unhealthy and isolated, you have something that you need to look at stat, especially if you're struggling with your health, whether it's inflammation, whether it's hormones, whether it's weight, any of the things. Additionally, grief, which I haven't mentioned before, grief is another really heavy emotion that can manifest as physical weight in the body if it's not released. It's actually been shown through research that grief is linked to cancer. The study that I'm talking about showed that in parents that lost an adult son to an accident or military conflict, there's an increased number of cancers of the blood and bone marrow in those people. Also, an increased chance or an increased level of lung cancer, skin cancer, and lymph node cancer in these parents. Another study, it was a Danish study, showed that grieving parents had double the risk of MS. Double the risk of MS. So, to sum it up, grief causes illness or cancer. I want to say illness. Grief causes illness because there's many things that happen before you even get the cancer. So if you're holding all of this grief, you've probably normalized it. You've probably learned to live with how your body's physically feeling. So you may not even know that you are inflamed, that you're hormonally fucked, that you have digestive issues, that you have brain fog. Because very often people don't even know how shit they feel until they feel good. Right? So just know that if you intuitively know I'm not at my healthiest, my body isn't 100% okay, just know that on the other side of healing this, there is so much relief, so much peace, so much concentration, so much productivity, such a high libido, so much vivacious energy. Just like I go on and on and on. It makes me so happy for you just listening to this, start to become aware of this.